All right, Shalom, bear with us.
Shalom.
Shalom out there. All right, we live. Let's get right into it.
I'll just go back to our 1948 Israel. These are the promises. This is exactly what I've seen in your blogs, and Zach has backed it up somewhat, and it just makes sense to me that this is the covenant for the people to return to the land, the people, and that there would be peace there. But apparently, this doesn't correlate with the 1948 issue.
No, not at all. I mean, how many times did we see him, even here, he said, it's conditional. Let me see here. Okay, yeah, chapter 30, verse 1. And when all these things come upon you, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before you, and you call them to mind among the nations where the Lord your God has driven you. So when you're in the diaspora, when you are driven out, and when you wake up and realize, hey, we've gone astray, we've reaped the curses for 2,730 years or more, when you acknowledge that and return to the Lord your God, verse 2, you and your children, and obey his voice in all that I command you today, with all your heart and with all your soul, then Yahuwah your God will restore your fortunes and have compassion on you.
Ooh, you notice he didn't say JC.
Right.
Notice he didn't say that. All right. Showing that his name ain't no Jesus Christ. But anyway, Salakia, let me play it back.
And you today, with all your heart and with all your soul, then Yahuwah your God will restore your fortunes and have compassion on you. And he, not the Zionists, not the Rothschilds, not the Freemasons, not the United Nations, he will gather you again from all the peoples where Yahuwah your God has scattered you. It's an if-then. If you do this, then he will do that. Nothing about 1948 fits that. It doesn't fit Jeremiah 23, which says the same basic thing, Jeremiah 30, Jeremiah 31, the entire book of Hosea, Ezekiel 37, and Isaiah 65 and 66. They all say the same thing.
Well, we had a dispensational teacher on last night, and he was compartmentalizing the church and the Jews. And we brought this up to him a little bit last night, kind of stumped him, and that's not what our goal was. Our goal was to get the information because he's a great guy.
Hey, people are not buying the story, man. All right. All right, Shalom. All right, Reader Brothers of Great Millstone, Charlotte, back at you with another live lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakak Wadash. And before we get started, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. Shalom to the elect. All right, back at you with another live lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakak Wadash. Title of the show here, the nakedness of the wicked parallels with this destruction. All right, and we've been prophesying about this for a little while now. We were saying as this exposure of the wicked gets worse, the shameful spirit that continues to come down upon his glory, all right, destruction was at the door of this thing. All right, and we're going to talk about this as well, and also as of the news of late, as 9 hours ago, actually, the Doomsday Clock is set at 90 seconds to midnight. So those are the parallels there. All right. So as you heard in the video here, all right, because here it is, these Edomites, they've done their research. The story of 1948 dealing with these small hats is no longer working. The witchcraft, the sorcery, as we've been bringing out, is no longer holding the effect upon the people. All right, so everybody is seeing through his lies, and right now, as we brothers were sharing this this website here called shinealighton.com, going into battling so-called anti, you know what? Okay, because Esau, as scripture say, he can no longer hide himself. this is it for him, man. Nigga popping out of sewers. You know, it's just a bad look right now for him, man. So the last resort is just pretty much to just ban any type of speech, any type of mentioning of these people, man. All right, it's simply not working anymore. And Priest, you can chime in if you want. You know,
Yeah, we're getting to a point where, like it tells you in Isaiah, that they're going to make a man an offender for the word, roughly paraphrasing.
right?
Because, like you said, the Israelites are the main ones highlighting how these Amalekites, excuse me, how these Amalekites and these Edomites, you know, how they're behind everything, man. And so, like I said, what you see on the screen is like one of their last ditch efforts to pretty much, you know, try to save their hide, man.
Mm-hmm. Got a website, you know, saying if you have seen any type of anti, you know what, you know, you could report, you could take action. All right. So these are all the last desperate attempts that the wicked is using to try to keep their cover from being blown, but it's too late. All right. And this video, this video here that we played in the beginning is just one of many examples of how people are not buying the story anymore. You know, the story of 48 is constantly under scrutiny, as we always bring out, man. So there's tons of information out there letting you know what the truth is. Oh, Slakia, brother, go ahead.
Not Slakia. This is Luke 16:8. And
Yep.
the Lord commended the unjust steward because he had done wisely. For the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light. Because you got Amalekite, or Slakia, you got other Edomites that are more in tune with what happened in prophecy than, you know, our own people, man.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is, like you said, you got the video where you got Edomites exposing, or who perceived to be Edomites, exposing the Amalekites, man.
Right.
You know, and you got all these other so-called Edomites who, you know, pretty much talking about how these Amalekites, you know, are the problem in the world, but you got niggas, you know, just lost and confused, man. Don't know what's going on, man.
Right. Right. And these Edomites, if they are, got more sense than the damn Christian church. You know, here it is. Hey, they're able to see it, you know, but this thing is spiritual, as we talked about. You know, I did a lesson going into the other day about how the Lord has angels out here pretty much blocking Jake from receiving the light, you know. But anyway, grab that scripture for me in Job 34. Let's get that. I'll put it in the screen. All right. Before we get into the main part of the lesson, we're gonna come back to this article here and maybe read a few things through it. You know what I'm saying, and just go into the tacky, you know, tactics, if you will, of this devil trying to, you know, cover his ass. You know.
Right.
So you got it, bro.
This is Job 34:20. It says, "In a moment shall they die, and the people shall be troubled at midnight."
And the people, it says, and the people shall be troubled at midnight. And now, as we just showed here, we're going to actually play the video as well. But as we showed, all right, we're 90 seconds to midnight, so-called. All right, midnight goes back to what? Destruction. Matter of fact, let's pull that up. All right, bear with me 1 second. Let's pull up midnight. Let's see. Midnight definition. Let's read that real quick. All right. It says midnight. It says the middle of the night, especially 12 o'clock at night, intense darkness or gloom, right? We're coming into some very troubling times on the earth. All right. It says a period of darkness and gloom. It says there's another one that talks about pretty much destruction. You know, matter of fact, let's go to it. Let's pull it up, Salakia. Bear with me, priest. I have you read it again.
Okay.
All right. For this word, midnight. Let's see. All right, but we know that this is tied to destruction. We're gonna, you know, continue to prove that. Read that again for me out.
Yep. Job 34:20. It says, "In a moment shall they die, and the people shall be troubled at midnight and pass away, and the mighty shall be taken away without hand."
Yeah, that's destruction. In a moment they shall die. Shall they die? And the people shall be troubled at midnight and pass away. All right, this is the time we in. Okay, read on out.
It says, "For his eyes are upon the ways of man, and he seeth all his goings."
Exactly. So nothing gets past the eyes of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. The scriptures tell us that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of man. All right, go ahead.
"There is no darkness nor shadow of death where the where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves.
Right. So there is no darkness nor shadow of death where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves. So this whole attempt to keep, take action against the anti, this is all the wicked attempting to hide themselves, to cover their asses, as we were saying. All right. So this nakedness that's going on with these people, it's all leading to what? To nuclear war, man. Right? It's parallel. Right as these things amplify and escalate, World War III is about to pop off, man. This is how you know that time is limited, man.
See? Hey, I got this for you. Just going right what you were looking for. So this is in the GNT, Job 34:20. It says, "We may suddenly die at night. The Most High strikes us down and we perish. He kills the mighty with no effort at all. He watches every step we take. There is no darkness dark enough to hide a sinner from the Most High."
Ooh, see, there is no darkness dark enough to hide a sinner from the Most High, man. All right. Hey, Cain is caught, basically. He's been red-headed. He's been a fugitive for some time now, man. Now he has to give an account for all the of all the death and turmoil he's sowed in the earth, man. You see, and this is the time, man. The Lord said that these things would happen, all right, before his destruction.
That's right.
You see, let's go to Jeremiah real quick. Jeremiah 49:10. We'll read down.
Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not."
Right. So like we said, man, this whole situation that happened about a week or so ago, you had these you pretty much had these rats popping out the sewers, out of the tunnels and all of that. It got exposed. This was an extremely, bad look for these devils. They found fucking bloody mattresses and, baby chairs and shit down there. So what the hell were they doing down there? All right. And if you know anything about about their rituals on how they get down with these kids, then, hey, say less, right?
Yeah.
You see?
It speaks without, saying anything, man.
Exactly.
And if it wasn't so, crazy as, as it really looks, then why did the police seal it up with cement after they found it? Because they knew that them damn Amalekites, first of all, they control the police, so they wasn't going to allow them officers to go down there and really see what was down there, man.
Right.
Like you said, you got bloody mattresses, you had baby strollers, baby clothes, baby food. You already know. We ain't gotta say nothing, man.
You see? So this is why these things, continue to pop up to protect the wicked, right? So let's go back. You got it, bro.
Verse 11, it says, "Leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken."
And that was us. All right. The Israelites, we drank of the cup of what? Of slavery, man.
That's right.
Genocide, being separated, man, losing our identity. All right. We drank of that cup. Go ahead.
It says, "And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it."
Right. Now it's your turn. These Edomites are surely going to drink of the cup. You can link that up with Lamentations, 4:21?
Yep.
So as Yahweh Shem Shai is making Esau bare, all right, he's also getting ready to drink of that cup, that destruction, man. Go ahead.
"For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste."
And that's going to happen via World War III. All right. Basra is the capital of Edom. You see? So Esau's whole empire infrastructure, all right, his global dominance is going to be wasted by the missiles. Go ahead.
"I have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen, to the heathen, saying, Gather ye together and come against her and rise up for the battle."
And rise up for the battle. That's why, going back to this article, and we're going to get into this a little later, right? But it says here in the headline, it says, "Are we spiraling towards World War III?" All right. And the answer is yes. All right. the nations are preparing what? Against battle against her. All right, Edom. Let's
Yeah.
read on. Oh, go
I
ahead.
was going to add, because as you can see with them moving up the time on the Doomsday Clock, that must mean that, nuclear war is imminent. All right.
Yes.
And the closer that gets to hitting midnight, the closer it is for these world powers to clash, man. And as they're seeing, like, you have Trump pretty much, making that false promise that he was going to, prevent World War III, man. But it's everything is leading up into this climactic event of World War III, which is going to symbolize the destruction of America.
Right. And that's why this topic is so heavy as we're discussing here, because as we just read up on how the Lord said he was going to make Esau bare, as we're reading down, it goes into what? After his barrenness, then destruction.
Mm-hmm.
That's the parallel that's going on through the spirit right here. So let's read on now.
Verse 15, for lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and greatly despised among men.
Right. Going back to the article, right?
Right. Hey, it's gotten so bad they made a fucking a small hat snitch hotline, man. Because everybody is looking at these devils like, yo, you niggas is the problem. Like you said, when they hopped up out that tunnel, man, everybody, whether they wanted to say something or not, was looking at them niggas like, what the fuck, man? Because I don't care how much you try to slide that under the rug, bro. That is weird. That's weird. And so people's eyebrows are getting raised, but only the Israelites are the ones that got enough sense to actually bring it up to people's minds that speak on that shit, man.
Right.
Leave it to the regular people, man. That's just gonna be a story that was just it was gonna be like a rumor almost, because nobody's ever gonna talk about that shit again, man.
Facts.
So
I'm
I'm gonna finish it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back real quick. There you go, Salakia.
It says, thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwelleth in the cleft of the rock.
Mm-hmm.
Thou holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from hence, saith the Lord.
There you go. So it said, thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thy heart is mine. All right, because and it says, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill. And this is why last week or so they had the EU summit.
Yep.
That word summit going back to what was it the mountain peak, top of the mountain, the highest point, pretty much. Going into Esau's power. This is where we're at in time. These devils are meeting about their world destruction, domination, and this whole artificial intelligence thing, getting rid of the money, pushing in the CBDC, this whole disease. It's a lot of shit going on with these devils, but at the same time, their destruction is being prepared. You see? Mm-hmm. It says, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And this is exactly what the Lord is doing. All right, read down to 18.
I had a quick precept if I could.
You got it.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse. I'm starting at verse 1, the points in 4. It says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, that I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. So just, reiterating the point of how the Most High is calling this devil out, man. All right. It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, though that dwelleth in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Just further, touching on that pride. Because you see, this is the same message that the Lord gave to the prophets, man. Jeremiah said it. Now Obadiah was saying it, man. Just showing you the Lord has always been all throughout the scriptures talking about the destruction of Edom, man.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 4: though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, save the Lord. So this is a promise that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is making, man. So going back,
yep.
Verse Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 17. It says, also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plague thereof.
Mm-hmm.
as in the excuse me, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, save the Lord. No man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it.
Right, meaning no survivors. All right, there's not going to be any survivors of Babylon, man.
Exactly.
All right, the Lord said when He destroys this land, He's going to make this land without inhabitant. All right, so niggas like Rick Ross, all right, and all of these fucking celebrity doomsday preppers, your prepping is in vain. All right,
Exactly.
America's about to get cooked. All right, so you can go underground if you want to. You just gonna get melted underground.
Yep.
All right, that's it.
Right.
You know. So anyway, you know. So like I said, we're gonna come back to this, but let's get into the doomsday clock at 90 seconds. You know, just tying it all home on how it parallels with his destruction. All right.
Last year, the Doomsday Clock was moved for the 25th time to 90 seconds to midnight, the closest it has ever been, citing the conflict in Ukraine not only as a potential point of nuclear escalation, but the war's effects in undermining global efforts to combat climate change, disinformation, and the alarm it raised about biological and chemical warfare. The bulletin urged action from the world's leaders on the multitude of threats facing the planet. As UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said last year, the Doomsday Clock is a global alarm clock. Have leaders acted with urgency? The bulletin has been watching. Again, our Science and Security Board met and asked two important questions. Is humanity safer or at greater risk this year compared to last year? And is humanity safer or at greater risk this year compared to the more than 75 years we have been asking the question? In 2023, trends continue to point ominously towards global catastrophe. The war in Ukraine poses an ever-present risk of nuclear escalation, and the October 7 attack in Israel and war in Gaza provides further illustration of the horrors of modern war, even without nuclear escalation. The countries with nuclear weapons are engaged in modernization programs that threaten to create a new nuclear arms. Earth experienced its hottest year on record, and floods, fires, and other climate-related disasters have taken root. And lack of action on climate change threatens billions of lives and livelihoods. Biological research aimed at preventing future pandemics has proven useful, but also presents the risk of causing one. And recent advances in artificial intelligence raise a variety of questions about how to control a technology that could improve or threaten civilization in countless ways. Last year, we expressed amplified concern by moving the clock to 90 seconds to midnight, the closest to global catastrophe it has ever been. The risks of last year continue with unabated ferocity and continue to shape this year. Today, we once again set the doomsday clock to express a continuing and unprecedented level of risk. It is 90 seconds to midnight.
And it's probably closer than that. It's probably like 30 seconds, you know.
Right.
But I want to say this real quick too. As all this information is being pumped out, you still got Jake playing with his grace, right? Let's make a point on that, man. You know, Jake is still, you know, fucking around and being stupid, being ignorant, willfully ignorant, you know, not respecting the times, you know, not respecting this word, the scriptures, the understanding, the prophecies. So you're going to be caught up in the judgment, man. All right. This is Malachi. I want to get this real quick. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 4. And what does it say here? Final admonition. All right. This is like the final warning that's going out, man. All right. The last call, if you will. It says Malachi 4:1. It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. All right. And that's the day of what? Nuclear war. World War III. The day cometh that shall burn as an oven. Let me get a quick precept. All right. That's Matthew 6 and verse 30. Just real quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is Matthew 6 and 30. It says, wherefore, how about you, shall so clothe the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven. See? And tomorrow is cast into the oven. Shall he not much more clothe you, oh, you little of faith, right? And the point of me bringing that out is that, hey, as you see, this world is here and it's going to be cast into the oven tomorrow, man, you know, so to speak. And this is why we got to continue to have faith even more in these times, because we see that day approaching, right? Going back, you had something?
To add to what you were saying, because as that as the chick said on the video, excuse me, that the Doomsday Clock is pretty much the world's alarm clock. So people should be seeing this and be having some type of thoughts in their minds, like, yo, what's really going on? That should make you inquisitive to go look at what's going on as far as, you know, world news, man. And you will see that, hey, World War III is pretty much here. You know, the Karagma is pretty much here, man. We're at the end, man. You know, so that the Doomsday Clock, like, once midnight hits, hey, that's pretty much the prophecies are all going to pretty much, you know, take place, man.
That's right.
So you should be seeing these things and be getting yourself together, man, because if you're seeing everything that's happening, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is on the way out, man. All right, I had a quick one.
You got it, bro.
You got another precept?
Now I'm gonna read some more, but bring your precept.
Okay, this is 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 15. Actually, I start 14. It says, "Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth."
Right.
It's like, yeah, keep going. It says, "The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon you upon earth shall not return again." And this is what we're seeing as far as all the, you know, the disease X, you know, like I said, the threat of World War III, the Karagma being put on, and how Esau is letting it be known that he's getting ready to set up this new world order. You had the shaman that was trying to, I guess, send up a blessing or whatever for him. All these things are indicating that, hey, we're about to see great plagues happen. The hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, Lord willing, man.
That's it.
It says,
very interesting year. Go ahead.
It says, "Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Woe is me, woe is me, who would deliver me in those days?" This is, add to what you were saying, this is the mind state that Jacob, that was smart, should be in.
Right.
Because carnally looking at everything that you're seeing, there's no escape from this. You can't get out of this, man. You can leave America and still have to face the different things the WEF is going to do, because this Karagma is going to be worldwide.
That's right.
So the only way you're going to really be able to get out of that is by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man.
Colin.
You got it.
Malachi, back in Malachi 4:1, it says, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven." It says, "And all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble." It says, "And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch." All right. Verse 2, it says, "But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings," and the Lord is going to deliver the elect from this. All right. By the way of the chariots, with the world it calls UAPs and UFOs. All right. That's the only way out of here, is Yahweh Shai, man.
That's
all right. It says, "And you should go forth and grow up as calves of the stall, going into the protection that's going to be over the elect in that time." You know, verse 3, it says, and ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai of hosts. So the wicked is going to be ashes. How is that going to happen? With ICBM nuclear destruction, man.
Yep.
All right. And Lord willing, we are the ones that are going to be able to see it in that time, you know, pursuing the Revelation 15, you know, that sea of glass that was mingled with fire, man, being able to see, you know, pretty much America and the global destruction that's going to play out in the world in that time, man, via the chariots, right? Let me get one more and we'll go back to the video here. Matter of fact, that was the point. So let's go back to the video and play some more. All right.
Hello, I'm Rachel Bronson, President and CEO of the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists. Today I'm joined by members of the Bulletin Science and Security Board, those who help set the Doomsday Clock. Our goal is to provide some insight into why we've set the clock at 90 seconds to midnight. And if you'd like to know more, we've released a statement today that goes into greater depth and can be found at our website at thebulletin.org. After our brief discussion, we will be turning to renowned science educator Bill Nye and UChicago professor Daniel Holtz, the chair of the Bulletin Science and Security Board. But before we do that, I'm joined today by Asha George, executive director of the Bipartisan Commission on Biodefense, Princeton professor Alex Glaser, and Stanford senior researcher Herb Lin. Joining us from India is Professor Ambush Sagar, who helps lead the Indian Institute for Technology in Delhi. So let's dive in. Alex, there are two key messages in our statement. And they are, one, that 90 seconds to midnight is profoundly unstable and must not engender complacency. And two, the advancement of technology is quickening and outpacing our ability to govern them. But let's pull back the curtain for our audience today and talk through why we said it. So Alex, can you summarize the highlights, or I guess the lowlights, of the current nuclear landscape?
Thank you, Rachel. When we set the clock last year, there were major concerns that nuclear weapons could be used in Ukraine. And today's clock setting was still overshadowed by the war in Ukraine, but also the war in Gaza, which has caused enormous human suffering and could lead to a broader conflict in the region involving several nuclear weapon states and regional powers. So it's really against this backdrop that we're facing a crisis in nuclear arms control, and I could go into great detail, but let me highlight perhaps just two aspects. First is that traditional nuclear arms control really has come to an end for now. Russia withdrew or suspended the New START Treaty, withdrew its ratification from the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, which the United States, of course, never ratified to begin with. But perhaps more importantly, that's the second point. Many weapon states are currently pursuing extensive modernization and expansion programs that will really, for the first time since the end of the Cold War, essentially providing the infrastructure that could last until 2100.
Right. So basically, he's saying all these nations are upgrading the weapons. All right. Everybody's upgrading their weapons to the top-notch level, so to speak. All right.
Mhm.
Showing you that this weaponry will be used for the sake of prophecy. Right.
China is increasing its nuclear arsenal now, standing at 500 nuclear weapons. And for the first time, at least in my adult life, there's now talk in Washington that the US nuclear arsenal will have to increase also in order to match the arsenals of Russia and China combined.
Boom. Show you what that proves what? 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. Proving to you that there is no peace. All right. 1 Thessalonians 5:1, but at the times in the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, so cometh as a thief in the night. Right. So we're occupied in the prophecies and we're watching this thing literally play out before our eyes, man. All right. So we know that this thing is going to come perfectly, man, like a thief in the night, because the majority of the world is unprepared. It says, for they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them. This is why you got clowns like Donald Trump talking about how he's going to stop World War III, how he's going to stop the Fed from creating this a central bank digital currency, right? He's pretty much giving the people false hope, because that's against the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. It says, for they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. All right. The point, verse 4, it says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief. Why? Because we're watching. All right. Makes sense. You have something, priest?
Nah, you go ahead.
Okay.
So in many ways, we're setting ourselves up for a three-way arms race, which is unprecedented and quite concerning. So the picture is quite bleak on the nuclear side this year.
Yeah, there's a lot that we'll come back to. Ambush, I'd like to go to you now. Maybe you can set this.
All right, so let's grab some scriptures, man. So doomsday clock at 90 seconds to midnight, and the Lord said that he was going to make the time short. Let's get that, priest. Let's go to Sirach 36. Let's get that real quick. All right. I mean, this thing is being made plain, man. You know? So Sirach 36, and we'll just start at the top and read down to 8.
God. Sirach 36 and 1. Have mercy upon us, O Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. Lift up thine hand against the strange nations, and let them see thy power. Ooh,
Go ahead. Yep.
It says, as thou wast sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us.
Right. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai is being magnified, starting with this doctrine, man. Starting with this truth. All right. This word has most definitely reached the four corners of heaven, four corners of the earth, man. The name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai is being magnified, the prophecies, the doctrine, all right, his men, all right, his true prophets. These things are happening, man. All right. We at the closure. Go ahead, Al.
It says, show new signs and make other strange wonders.
Go to verse 5. You skip one.
Oh, Slaki. Verse 5. It says, and let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no God but only thou, O Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua.
There's only one power, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right. Go ahead.
Show new signs and make other wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wonderful works, or wondrous works. Like raise up indignation and pour out wrath, take away the adversary and destroy the enemy.
And it's not this what the Lord is doing. It says raise up indignation, pour out wrath, take away the adversary, and destroy the enemy. This is why we're at the brink of World War III. All right. This is what we're going to continue to talk about, because this is the main part of prophecy here. But before, as we know, as the elders told us, as before this comes to pass, we know that the MOTB has to hit the scene first.
Exactly.
All right. So these things are right here, Jake. All right. Time. We ain't got a lot of time. This thing, Ezekiel, to the 12th chapter, right? You know, the Lord was going to cause that proverb in Israel to cease, man. All right. This is the time, Jake. Okay. Let's read on out.
Verse 9. It says, let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people.
Read verse 8, Salaki. You skip one.
Oh, my bad. I thought I read that. It says, make the time short, remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works.
All right, now I wanted to eat off that real quick, because it says take the time short, meaning the Lord is literally making the time short. All right, this is why we are 90 seconds away from midnight. Okay, make the time short. Remember the covenant. All right, who is the covenant with? The Israelites. Okay, the covenant that he made with our forefathers. Matter of fact, let me get that. That's in Luke. All right. Is it talking about remember the covenant that he made with everybody, the world? No, the covenant that he made with the Israelites. All right. This is Luke. I'm going to read this real quick. This is Luke 1:70. It says, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. So this time that we're coming in of the destruction, just know and have faith that the Lord is going to deliver us, man. All right. That we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers. Who is that? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right?
That's right.
To perform the mercy promised to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant. Okay. It says, the oath which he swore to our father Abraham, that he would grant unto us, that we, being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear. So this is what we're saying. So as we talked about, as this thing is being prepared, you got Jake still playing around, clueless, right? But we trust and fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua that when this goes down, we're going to be delivered from it. You see, it says, in holiness and righteousness before him all the days of our life. Let me just get a couple more verses back in Sirach 36. Read down to Read 8 again and read down to 10.
Yep. Sirach 36 and 8. Make the time short, remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works. Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people.
Ooh, let them perish that oppress the people, man. This is the time of the fall of the wicked, man. Started with Amalek, the 48ers. Esau's going down, man. All right, read on.
Smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen. Who is that? It says that say there is none other but we.
Right, and is this not what these devils are saying? All right, they're saying that there is no other God but us. They have put themselves in the position of the Most High. Second Thessalonians chapter 2. You got it?
Yeah, because they said the WEF. They said so-called Jesus how he's fake news, and they said we are gods, and anybody that steps in the way of us becoming God, they're gonna kill him. Mm-hmm. So they're establishing themselves as the Most High, like you said in Second Thessalonians 2.
Yep.
All right.
I got it right here. For people who don't believe us, right? They've literally said that. Yeah. You know, let's go back.
Sirach 36 and verse 10. Smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen that say there is none other but we.
And that's the point. And that's the point, man. So we're in a time, as I made mention, we're in a time of deliverance, man. Our warfare, as the scriptures say, let's get that in Isaiah. Our warfare has been accomplished. All right. It's Isaiah 40 in verse 1. It says, comfort ye, my people, saith your power. And this word that's being declared to our people is part of the comfort, man. All right. We're telling the hopeful elect out there that there's a solution to this. All right. There's a way out. Yahweh Shai, deliverance, man. Okay. Verse 2, speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem and cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished. This is the time of salvation. Okay. All these things that's going on all around the earth, the chaos, the destruction, you know, the earthquakes, the turmoil, the signs in the heavens, the signs in the earth beneath. This is all being done for his people, man. You see? Going back to the mercy that we read about, man. The Lord is going to have mercy upon the elect, the remnant. It says, speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem and cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned. See? Lord willing, we're part of the elect that are going to have our sins blotted out. It says, for she have received of the Lord's, Yahweh Shema Shai's hand, double for all her sins. So yeah, we drank of the cup as we read earlier. We received double for our sins. You know, we paid the price, so to speak, you know. Right. So now is the time for the mercy and deliverance, right? Let me get one more before we go back. You know, us being delivered from prison, okay, exaltation of the afflicted, right? Which represents you Israelites. Isaiah 61:1, it says, the spirit of the Lord power, Yahweh Shema Shai, is upon me, because the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. All right, that good tidings, going back to the doctrine, is gospel, man. It says he have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, all right, to proclaim liberty to the captives. All right, the captives represent you Jakes, you Israelites, man. So through this message, through this doctrine, we're proclaiming we're proclaiming liberty to the captives, okay, our people. Jeremiah 50 and 33, Israel and Judah went into captivity together, and all that held them fast refused to let them go. All right, this is the time to proclaim liberty to the captives and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. We are in a physical, in a spiritual prison here in America, man. Babylon, that's the prison house. All right, also known as the pit. All right, it says verse 2, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn. You see that? So this 90 seconds to midnight on this doomsday clock, this all ties into the vengeance of our power. All right. And we're comforting all that mourn. This is the comfort to our people, man. Okay. All of this wickedness and debauchery and evil is all about to come to an end. All right. It says, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, man. All the hell and turmoil that our people go through throughout this society, throughout the world, man.
That's right.
It's all about the end, Jake. Okay? There's life after this.
Right.
It says that they might be called the trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that he might be glorified. So the kingdom of heaven is coming, man. You see? So anyway, you got anything? I'm gonna go back to the video if you didn't have anything.
Yeah, I got something real quick.
Go
This
ahead.
is 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh Shem Yahushai to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. All right.
Right.
So judgment, payback is going to happen to these devils for all the wickedness that they've done to us, you know, going all the way back since the beginning, man. All right. These devils are going to pay, man. And that's what they're afraid to have to accept, man. That's why they don't want the Israelites being, you know, put out there like that, man, because that will confirm that we're right. So the Lord's going to recompense you, man. It says, verse 7, and to you who are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahushua Hamashiach shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. Okay? And the elect is going to be beamed up in those ships when Yahushua return.
That's right.
It says, in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not Yahweh and obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahushua Hamashiach, man. So they're going to be punished, man. All right? The Lord's going to destroy them in his anger. It says, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power. So those nuclear missiles and the concentrated fire from the so-called UFOs of the chariots, they're going to destroy Babylon and Esau's kingdom, man, to where he's never going to be able to rise up again, ever again, man.
That's right. Let's go back to the video here. Excuse me. I wanted to skip over this guy. Get straight to the point here. Bear with me 1 second.
Apologies, we spent some time really talking through it in our deliberations. Do you want to kind of set the landscape for how we should be thinking about new disruptive technologies, maybe with the frame around AI?
Sure. We debated whether AI was going to be an existential threat to humanity. It turns out there is debate about that, a large amount of debate in the community, even among experts. Regardless of whether you believe that it is or is not going to be an existential threat, it's clear that it's a disruptive technology, and it's going to, it has disrupted many segments of society already. AI has lots of potential for magnifying corruption in the information environment and making the disinformation problem worse. And that's really bad because of the threat multiplier effect means. Right.
And we talked about this on how this AI was a major threat because, you know, the manipulation of videos and how they can, you know, make fake images and things like that. This is all going to be used to tie in to that misinformation. So this is why, as we know, Esau, you know, pretty much has a stronghold on the internet right now. All right. Yeah. This is how they continue to control the narrative. You got it, Priest.
I say it's funny because it was a news report I seen it come up on my smart news that said they're having problems because they're having automated robocalls that's talking like Joe Biden. So that's the AI, you know, being used for that, man. So it's just being used as confusion, but they're saying that's going to be one of their major key components in the New World Order, though, man. You know, AI police and all that.
Yeah, social credit scores.
Yep.
You know, how you operate and function in society, you're going to be graded based off that. You know, basically digital enslavement. Right.
Yeah, and they said that it's already racially motivated.
Right. Come on, man.
That we're not going to be able to solve other hard problems like nuclear war and climate change. So that's really tough. That makes solving those problems much harder. And you know, we talked about the question about AI and is it going to pose an existential threat. You have to note that any physical threat to existence from AI has to come because somebody chose to hook AI up to the physical world, some physical system. And it's true, like that if you make a bad human choice, like connecting ChatGPT to the nuclear launch system or something like that, yes, that's an existential threat, but that's a nuclear threat. That's not an AI.
Right. Now, you know, and once again, that's kind of like Terminator, you know, how the AI pretty much have full control of the nuclear weapon systems and launched the missiles at Russia. And as a counter response, their systems had to shoot missiles back over here. You see what I'm saying? So this shit is it's crazy, man. You know, but we're definitely in them times, is the point, right?
That's right.
And Andre, I wanted you to follow her because I know we talked in the biosecurity, even biosafety, but the biosecurity space, there's a lot of thinking about its connection with AI in addition to how it affects the current landscape as well. So do you want to help broaden that out?
Sure. Well, one thing I want to say is because of what happened last year and the discussions that started to occur, there's this sense that AI just suddenly popped up, but it didn't. You know, we've had a pretty long tail on this one, and we've seen it improve and improve and improve, which it's supposed to do. It's AI, it's supposed to. But last year we heard more discussion about AI and its application in terms of genetic engineering, but also in terms of developing biological weapons, posing questions that would allow a person without a whole lot of technical expertise to obtain biological agents, put together a biological weapon.
And this is what and this is why these elites are preparing you for what? The X, right? So they're pretty much just laying it out, man. It's right here in your face, man. All right, everything has been set up. All right. Now, you're not going to play all this video. You can watch the rest on your own. I wanted to get back to the point of this, right? But before we get there, priest, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, verse 7. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, and read verse 43. Let's read that.
Yep. Wisdom of Solomon, you said 7 and 7?
7 and 43.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Second Ezra 7 and 43. Salakia.
Okay. 7:43. All right, this is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 7, verse 43. It says, "But the day of doom shall be the end of this time."
There you go, man. That's prophecy. The day of doom shall be the end of this time. Doomsday Clock set at 90 seconds, right? Like we said, it's probably closer than that. All right, go ahead, priest.
It says, "And the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past,
Let me get
and
the rest.
temperance."
Salakia. I should have put it smaller. Salakia. Read verse 43 again on down. Salakia,
Yep.
bro.
You good? It's just Second Ezra 7 and 43. "But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past."
Wherein corruption is past. All right. Corruption, deceit, wickedness, evil is going to be passed away. All right, in the kingdom of heaven. All right, and that's the beginning of immortality for to come. All right, that's part. Once this goes down, we're gonna be in that second covenant, man. We're gonna be immortals. We're gonna live forever. All right, we're gonna actually enjoy, life, solidarity. Being sovereign. We're gonna actually live, man. All right, there's life after this, Jake.
That's right.
All right, just continue to have faith and believe in Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, we believe that we're gonna be delivered. That Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna get us, Lord willing. Go ahead, Al.
It says, "Intemperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up.
Go ahead.
Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that have gotten the glory."
Right.
That gotten the victory.
And that's the point. I want to stop here. It says, "Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor oppress him that has gotten the victory." And see, there is no saving, all right, Esau. Okay, just want to harp back onto this. All right, there's no saving them. There's no loophole. There's no doctrine that can be created that's going to exempt Esau from receiving his punishment, his judgment. You see what I'm saying? So Esau can do everything he can to try to control the narrative, to try to cover his ass, to use his so-called get out of jail free card. But none of this shit is working no more. All right, everybody is questioning you. You're on the hot seat. The target is on your back. You popping out of sewers. You doing nasty shit. All right. You're being exposed. Shameful spewing is on your glory. You can't run no more. This is the point, man. So these things, okay, these things are not going to work. All right. You're destroyed, you know? So let's read a little bit here, man. All right. Let's see if there's anything here, man. I know there's a video. I'm not even going to play it. They'll probably hit me with some bullshit. So it says, no, we're going to read. Let's jump down. Yeah, that's the video. I'm not going to play it. Let's see. I thought it was something I could read here. So yeah, pretty much we're not going to play it. I mean, you can watch this on your own. It says, what is Zionism? Da, da, da. I just want to see what I could take from it. Here we go. This is the issue here. It says, what is anti-Zionism? It says anti-Zionism is the belief that Israel does not have a right to exist as the J homeland. See? It says it is not the same as criticizing the Israeli government, calling for the destruction of Israel, denying J's a permanent homeland, or holding Israel to a double standard. Our norms are for forms of anti, you know what. So this is the problem here. Okay, the point that they've been found out, they've been discovered. All right, Obadiah 1:5. All right, Obadiah 1:6. It says, "How are the things that Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?" This is why we played this video in the beginning. Okay, people know the literature is out there. All right, the scholarship is out there. Okay, the Lord told us that that their own tongues would fall upon themselves. That's right. So Esau, the spirit of the Lord has put the spirit on Esau to reveal himself. You see? So what can you really say? This is how you know, hey, just go ahead and bring this shit already. All right, bring the end of this thing, bring the destruction already, man. It's already done. You know, you got anything, Preacher, want to add in there?
I had a quick one because you was talking about pretty much how there's no saving this devil. So this is the book of Proverbs chapter 3:33. It says, "The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but he blesseth the habitation of the just." And this is why, like I said, Esau he's becoming more and more afraid because he knows that judgment is coming to him, man. All right. So anybody that's trying to, save the devil, he can't be saved, man. His death is written because he's the people of the Lord's curse, man. And the Lord is going to deliver what he promised him, which is destruction, man.
Yep.
Like it says in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, man, Edom is the only nation that wasn't promised mercy from the Most High. So, hey, it's it. And he knows it's it, man. That's why James 2:19 says that they know there is one God and they're afraid, man. Roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah, they know. They know that we know, and they're absolutely frightened. See. So anyway, we'll let that be just to get this article real quick, and we'll wrap it up. But the point of this lesson, his barrenness, his nakedness, the nakedness of the wicked parallels with his destruction. So you see it. All right. It says, are we spiraling towards World War III? Superpower blocks face off over flashpoint conflicts in Middle East, Ukraine, and Asia. All right. And the Lord said in Revelation 16 that he was going to rise up the kings of the East. All right. This is happening. All right. I'm just going to read a little bit. We'll grab a couple more scriptures and wrap it. All right. Because the point is made. All right. Those that have the ability, the eyes to see and ears to hear. All right. So it says here, it says the U.S. and UK launching airstrikes against Houthi sites in Yemen has raised fears that two nations and their allies might be drawn into a wider regional war. President Joe Biden has vowed to continue targeting the rebels' weapons until they stop attacking ships in the Red Sea. And this squabble that's going on in the Red Sea, in those ports over there, is going to lead to more supply chain shortages.
Yep.
All right. So inflation is going to get higher. It's going to be more stores and companies going without certain products and resources, man. All right. So which is going to bring more straits to America.
That's
it
right.
says, but he has been reluctant to respond too forcefully to the Houthis, lest it trigger a war in the region, in part because the group's backing from Tehran, said the Wall Street Journal. It says it comes after the recent tit-for-tat missile attacks on the border regions of Iran and Pakistan. There was a swift, sharp deterioration in diplomatic relations in Islamabad and Tehran. All right, and the scriptures also go into that too. You know, Isaiah 13, pretty much how they won't regard the silver and all of that. You know, there's no buying them out. There's no diplomatic relations, no negotiations. Everything is the spirit of war. No more talking. It says, with ambassadors withdrawn, official ties severed, right? Official ties severed, and rhetoric raised in tone, said Al Jazeera. They also help spread global alarm with concern already high that Israel's continuing bombardment of Gaza's risk sparking a regional conflagration. All right. So this is all the stuff that's going on in the Middle East, Israel, the bombings is going to lead to a wider scale war. All right. I'm going to read one more paragraph. All right. And grab some scriptures. But it says, for decades, Israel and Iran have been engaged in a, quote, shadow war, fought on land, at sea, and in the air, said Foreign Affairs. Now the war in Gaza is disrupting their already delicate calculus, and the longer the conflict continues, the more it will reduce the incentives for moderation and raise the risk of Israeli-Iranian conflict. All right, the least of the flock shall draw them out, as the scriptures say, man.
That's right.
All right. So the Bible is jumping right off the pages. Let me get this real quick. Zephaniah 3:8. Okay. This is the comfort. All right. As the Lord said, Zephaniah 3:8, it says, therefore wait ye upon me. And this is what we're doing. We're waiting for Yahweh Shema Shai to execute these things that are written.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As we're seeing them spiritually unfold, right? It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, unto the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. See that? So all the earth is going to be devoured by the fire of Yahweh Shema Shai's jealousy, man. All right? No other way around it. You know,
it is.
It is what it is. All right. So before we close it out, you got anything else, Ak?
I was thinking about that scripture that said the third will coming quickly, but I mean,
Get that. Yeah, get that. Bring it out. You know, we just hope that this lesson makes sense. You can see it, man.
Yep.
You know,
this is Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And we see it's here. World War III is imminent. All right. You people, we're all gonna witness it, all right, firsthand. Okay, so this shouldn't take anybody by surprise, like you read earlier in 1 Thessalonians 5, man. You should already know this thing is coming, man. So we're supposed to be preparing our minds, all right, by getting into these scriptures and you know, making sure that we're right with Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's it. Got one for you real quick. John 9:4 says, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is today. The night cometh when no man can work. You know, we always get this scripture out because this is heavy. It says, the night cometh when no man can work.
Strong's G 3571. Nukes.
Nukes.
Yeah.
Right? How spiritual is that, man?
Man.
The nukes. Man. Right? It says nukes. It says night, metaphorically, the time when work ceases, the time of death. All right? That's the nighttime, midnight, the time of death, 90 seconds from midnight. All right? It's coming. It says the time for deeds of sin and shame, right? Because the world is in the worst state it has ever been. All right, as the elders go into, this is definitely flood-like behavior that we see on a daily. It says the time of moral stupidity and darkness. Yeah, gross darkness. Everybody's fucking stupid. All right, drugged up, got all these different particles swimming in their body. Right, just demons. You know. It says the time when the weary and also the drunken give themselves up to slumber. Right, people are just caught up in the cares of this life. You know, clueless that, you know, the Lord's about to set, you know, the majority of the earth on fire. You know, the second death, as the scriptures go into, man. You see? You got anything, priest? That's it, man. So we'll close it out by playing this video one more time. We'll wrap it up. Salaki, let me turn it up.
This is I'll just go back to our 1948 Israel. These are the promises. This is exactly what you know, I've seen in your blogs, and Zach has you know, backed it up somewhat, and it just makes sense to me that this is the covenant for the people to return to the land, the people, and that there would be peace there. But apparently, this doesn't correlate with the 1948 issue.
No, not at all. I mean, how many times did we see him, even here, he said, it's conditional. Let me see here. Okay, yeah, chapter 30, verse 1. And when all these things come upon you, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before you, and you call them to mind among the nations where the Lord your God has driven you. So when you're in the diaspora, when you are driven out, and when you wake up and realize, hey, we've gone astray, we've reaped the curses for 2,730 years or more, when you acknowledge that and return to the Lord your God, verse 2, you and your children, and obey his voice in all that I command you today, with all your heart, with all your soul, then Yahuwah your God will restore your fortunes and have compassion on you. And he, not the Zionists, not the Rothschilds, not the Freemasons, not the United Nations, he will gather you again from all the peoples where Yahuwah your God has scattered you. It's an if-then. If you do this, then he will do that. Nothing about 1948 fits that. It doesn't fit Jeremiah 23, which says the same basic thing, Jeremiah 30, Jeremiah 31, the entire book of Hosea, Ezekiel 37, and Isaiah 65 and 66. They all say the same thing.
Well, we had a dispensational teacher on last night, and he was compartmentalizing the church and the Jews. And we brought this up to him a little bit last night, kind of stumped him, and that's not what our goal was. Our goal was to get the information, because he's a great guy.
There you go, man. So yeah, the nakedness of the wicked parallels with this destruction, man. All right. We pray that you were edified, you know, pray that it made sense. It's the time, you know, continue to be occupied in prophecy. This thing is about to go down, man. Lord willing. This is the year. This is the year of the catalyst, man. This thing, you know, escalates, accelerates, you know.
That's right.
So that's it. Preacher, got anything? All right. So, hey, we're going to close out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to you, elect. Shalom. Hey, the water, priest.
All right,